it's a little bit of a nomenclature thing. It's not a DUI, but it's essentially the same thing. It's a boating while impaired. In North Carolina, we call them BWI. Driving a motor vehicle not on the waterways is a DWI. But the way it is defined in the statute and the way it's prosecuted around here is pretty much the same. You can be guilty of it if you have an alcohol concentration of 0.10 or more, and you're driving a boat or operating the boat, or if you are impaired, if they're not able to get an alcohol reading, they can testify to your impairment. And the funny thing is they have, if you get charged with DWI, they pull you over and they make you do what they call standardized field sobriety tests, where you stand on one leg, you walk the line, and they do a horizontal gaze and nystagmus test, testing your eyes. And so, as you might imagine, on a boat, it's hard to get you to stand on one leg and have it mean anything significant. So they do have these crazy tests that they have you do, where you start with your fists in this position and you go out like this, and then you come back in. There's several of them that are just really funny to watch if I ever get one that's on a video. But the bottom line is, for a boating situation, if you get pulled over on the lake, you answer the question of who you are, and if you have a boat license, you show the boat license, and you show them, if they're doing a safety check, all the things that they want to see in terms of safety equipment, the life preservers and your fire extinguisher and that sort of thing. But you don't have to do any tests at all. You don't have to blow on any breathalyzer. You don't have to do any tests. And the main difference is, when you're taken, let's say they arrest you and take you to the same breathalyzer room that they use for DWIs, you can refuse to blow the breathalyzer with impunity. If you refuse for a DWI, they'll take your driver license, and you have to go through a fight about that. But for a BWI, for boating, you do not have to blow. There is no penalty to you for not blowing. So you should not blow on the breath test unless you're going to blow way under. Then I actually have had that happen before, where someone called me and I suggested they not blow, and they said, "Well, I think I'm going to blow under." Well, you better be sure if you're going to blow. And indeed, they did blow under. We still had to go to trial because they wanted to try him on impairment, but we won the trial because he had blown under. So if you're not certain you're going to be under, that you shouldn't blow the breath test for a boating while impaired.
Got it. Not worth the risk.
No, not worth the risk. And especially when you don't do any tests, think about how difficult it is for an officer to articulate the reasons why he thinks you're impaired, because you can't have unsteadiness on your feet. And you can't, none of those things. And if you don't answer any questions or do any tests, you just say, "I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer any questions," on advice of my friend who's a lawyer, let's put it that way. Then they won't have anything. It's other than an odor of alcohol, perhaps, and red eyes. But I just see no benefit to doing anything other than but politely decline.
Even if there's a high likelihood that you blow under, it sounds like your suggestion would be just don't blow.
Well, presumably, if you're going to blow well under, then they're not going to have any indicia of impairment anyway, and they're not going to arrest you.
Yep.
So if you're being arrested, they must think they have something. So I'm not sure if you want to blow, but again, if you blow and you blow over, then that makes it easy for them to try to prosecute you, because they don't have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you're impaired. They can rely on the number. So that's why it's smart not to blow.
Got it. Thank you very much. Very helpful.